Hi, my name is Kimberly Bragg-Armatrout, and I am the Family and Consumer Science Agent for Health and Nutrition here at the Extension office. And today we will be making the shepherd's pie. Hi, welcome to Kim's Kitchen. This month we are going to be doing a shepherd's pie. We're going to be honoring the Frozen Foods Month. This is a quick, healthy meal that you can do for your family, and you can even do it ahead. Couple food safety tips: just make sure you're putting your hair up, and also make sure you wash your hands, which I've already done before we started. So today I'll also be using turkey instead of beef. So again, trying to make this a healthier choice. If you want to use beef, try to get the 85-15. That's going to help you reduce some of the fat, but also have a little bit of the fat to give it some flavor. I'll also be using a seasoning mix. It's a slow cooker beef stew mix, but I'm only doing that really because turkey is kind of flavorless, so you really want to add a lot of flavor to it. So I think by adding that plus some of my own seasonings, it's going to really help with the flavor of that turkey. And we're gonna go ahead and start with the onions first. So the onions, I bought them pre-chopped, which if you wanna save some money, chop your own. But I'll go ahead and get them in the pan. I need about a tablespoon of butter. Now this is margarine, saves on calories. So it might be something that you would choose versus butter. It's up to you. On the heating I started this on high. I'm gonna put my onions and my butter just to kind of get it going, and then I'll turn it down to simmer as we add more ingredients in there. I already turned the oven on 350 so it could warm up as well. Now I'm gonna put about 2 tablespoons of onions in there. So the onions pretty much need to cook probably about a minute or two once the butter melts. I'm gonna go ahead and now add the turkey into my pan. It's a pound of turkey. We're just gonna break it apart and get it going. Now while this is cooking, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit to probably like a medium. And I'm gonna go ahead and start the instant mashed potatoes. Yes, I said instant mashed potatoes. You get the same nutrient value from instant mashed potatoes as you would fresh. You're gonna get all the same vitamins and minerals, okay? So, and again, this is for a family. You wanna do a quick, healthy meal. This is a great way to accomplish that and still be able to get those nutrients. So you're just gonna do it according to the package directions. You're gonna wanna make a serving for 4 to 6. So I'm going to do 1 1/3 water, a little bit of salt. It says 1/2 teaspoon. I just like to sprinkle in there because we can have lots of flavor with the actual shepherd's pie. 2 tablespoons of butter, and then 2/3 milk. We're gonna let that reach a boil. Meanwhile, my turkey is cooking, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep it moving along. We want to make sure that it reaches 165 degrees so we know that it's safe to eat. Also, you want to make sure that there's no pink, so you'll see the pink on there. You want to make sure there's no pink. I'm going to go ahead and put my hearty beef stew seasoning in there. Then I go ahead and add my garlic. I have a tablespoon of garlic. And the turkey's looking really good, almost finished. So while it's cooking still a little bit more, I'm gonna add a few more ingredients. I am going to add a little bit of salt, just a tiny bit, because remember I put that seasoning pack in there. So we don't wanna put too much in there. I also have some onion powder and some paprika and thyme. Also very good choices to add, just to give a little bit of something. Don't be scared to use spices. Just taste it as you go along. All right, the last thing we are gonna add into here for seasoning wise is going to be 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. I turned it down to low. I'm gonna let that kind of simmer all together. And while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get the vegetables. And again, I'm going to use frozen vegetables because we're celebrating Frozen Food Month. What you're going to get from your mixed vegetables is you're still gonna get the same nutrients as you would get if you were doing it fresh. They flash freeze them in the field, so you're getting a lot of nutrients. So by using this frozen vegetables, we're gonna get, beta carotene, you're gonna get some calcium, phosphorus, you're gonna get vitamin K, E, A, but they're frozen. So what I'm gonna do just to kind of speed up the process a little bit is I'm gonna go ahead and put about a half of the bag, because you only need a pound of them. I put a half a bag, and you can put it in a microwave safe bowl, or you can just go ahead and put it in your casserole because that's where it's gonna end up anyway. And we're going to put it in the microwave and defrost it just a little bit. It doesn't have to be completely defrosted. It can be semi-defrosted, just to kind of get the cooking process to be a little bit faster. Okay, so we microwaved our vegetables until they got soft. We're gonna go ahead and add them into our pan and let them kind of get some of that seasonings on them. All right, so once the potatoes get to a boil, you want to turn them off from the heat and then go ahead and add your potato flakes and have a fork so you can kind of make them whipped. You stir them until they get, look like mashed potatoes. And then we're going to pour our meat. I'm going to take it over here. I'm going to pour our meat into our dish. Now with the mashed potatoes, you can make them homemade. You can have them from maybe a leftover dish that you made, before, and you just saved them, and you can use those. Or you can also use cauliflower, right? So you can make it with your mashed potatoes. That's what I like to do when I'm making this at home. So you just layer the potatoes on top. These are very nice and creamy. And then you just, kind of blend it on top. Doesn't have to be neat, just has to be covering it. And the nice thing is that the cheese that we're gonna add on top is going to make it all pretty. And I'm gonna use a Kobe Jack and a cheddar. The reason why I'm using this is because white cheese is lower in fat content in general. So this way, you can still get that flavor of cheddar, but you also have some of that white cheese in there that's going to, have a little bit less fat, which is a good thing for, people, for all of us to watch some calories. And it's a whole bag, an 8-ounce bag, which is 2 cups. And like I said, it's gonna make it pretty on top. You could also add some parsley on top of this if you'd like, just to give it a little more color towards the end of the baking. So how is this healthy? Okay, so we have the turkey, which is very healthy. That iron adds the iron, all your B vitamins, and your zinc. Then you have your vegetables, frozen or fresh. You're gonna get a lot of nutrients from those vegetables, so you really wanna make sure you incorporate it. And you can actually add any kind of vegetable that you enjoy. The mixed vegetable seems to be the easiest one, but you can try other things in there as well. And then the potatoes, you're gonna get the nutrients from those potatoes. And then you're going to have that cheese, that dairy product that's gonna add some calcium and vitamin D. So this really is a healthy dish. Again, everything in moderation. We wouldn't wanna eat the whole entire container, but we do want to get this into the oven for about 25 minutes on 350. And here is what our shepherd's pie looks like. So thank you for joining me today at Kim's Kitchen, and I hope that you have an opportunity to try this wonderful shepherd's pie.